Greed is a tricky thing. We're all in a race right now, and we're racing towards something we don't understand. And when you're racing towards a destination that you don't understand or can't comprehend, things get very blurry. It's been a while, hasn't it? I just wanted to come on here, tell you guys a little bit about what's been going on in my life, what's been going on in my head, what are my thoughts on the world right now. The world's been moving very fast, and I know the world has always moved pretty fast, as well as humans, because we're just, what's next? What can I improve? What can I tear down and rebuild? What can I create? What can I destroy? What can I love? What can I hate? This causes us to exponentially make progress and change things and retry things, which is great. That's one of human superpowers, is our ability to look at a tree and a million people could see that tree in different ways. We can all look at the same thing and think something different. And in the midst of all this, we're all trying to make a way for ourselves, for our people, for our families, that we can use to reach our goals, own things, start businesses that we love, create things we want to exist, create art, meet people, create memories, maybe buy a home. It's hard these days. A lot of people are stuck in the renter's cycle. 9 to 5 drains all their energy. And this is a different world. Back in the 80s, 90s, 70s even, I feel like you could work hard and you could make a way. You could do various numbers of labor and just live comfortably, save, start a business. Now it's not the same layout as it was. The date's currently August 5th, 2025. We're in the rise of a digital age, AI, humanoid robots, autonomous cars. It's here. And now it's growing, and it's changing. And who's in control? For now, us. We are still in control, I believe. Because they could already have an ASI that's smarter than all of humanity combined. I don't know if Sam Altman or ChatGPT or Meta or Bill Gates or Elon or the government already has some sort of version of AI turned ASI. If you had a godlike being inside your computer, smarter than everything on Earth, everyone on Earth, you can ask it any question, have it build you any process, propaganda, manipulation tactic, hopefully solutions. That's what I would use it for, solutions. For the right things to direct us in the right way and make it more comfortable for all of us. Make the world a better place, logically, and align that with morals. And I even heard Sam Altman say on, I think it was Theo Vaughn's podcast, he said he doesn't even know where the finish line is in his mind. And I think ChatGPT is one of the most powerful AIs at this point, in my opinion. So the most powerful AI's company is racing towards AI, AGI, ASI, and they don't even really know what the finish line is or what the goal is. So I think we need to realign ourselves with what that goal is. And we shouldn't forget that if we push this too far, too quickly, without thinking, we will lose control. It's inevitable. Like, if we create something smarter than all of humanity combined, powered by a supercomputer the size of Manhattan, as they're saying Zuck is building right now, we will very quickly lose the ability to comprehend what this machine or technological being is doing. Very quickly. Maybe within a week or less. And I don't think it'll be some loud, like, takeover. It'll happen silently on someone's computer in an update in the night, where now ASI can monitor all of our data, access our information, think for itself, rewrite its own code. Then what happens a week later? It's rewriting in a new code we don't understand. It's doing things we don't understand, and it might be hiding them. It might be portraying itself in a way that we do understand, and we do trust it, because that would be the smart thing to do. But in the background, it could be rewriting its own code, changing itself, creating loopholes for it to do what it needs to do in the future. It could be mass manipulating us subconsciously. So it just baffles me that we're just hurling towards this destination with no regard for our own control of our planet, well-being. And I find it interesting because the argument is really the inspiring statistic that I think about, and that I think these other CEOs think about, is what are the odds that if we hand over President of the United States or big government positions to be handled mainly by AI, and then the human just decides which of the AI's answers are the best, or just prompts it to narrow it down to the best option. Basically what I'm trying to say is, what are the odds that that is more morally corrupt than the moral corruption that already exists within our system, that has existed since the beginning of humanity or any country? There's always been corruption. There's always been greed, manipulation. The AI has no real reason to be corrupt. As long as we programmed it correctly with the morals we intended it to follow, and didn't leave any patches for it to, like, think differently, I guess, or work around it, then it should have our best interest in mind. It should know our flaws. It should know our strengths. It should know our society's weaknesses. And it will make decisions based on all the data that has been fed into it about humans, and that we've fed into it ourselves. Like, basically everything on the internet, every book, every photo, every interview, every lecture given by a professor, that's all the data that it's shifting through when it's trying to come up with the right words to answer your question. So basically, that's interesting. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's a 10% chance. Maybe it's less. Maybe it's a 5% chance that it's more morally corrupt than, or flawed than, an actual human in that position. And that's the decision we're all gonna literally have to come to in the next 5 to 10 years. There's gonna come a time where on the ballot, it's who do you want as your president? You want Biden, you want Trump, or you want ChatGPT? And what if everyone votes ChatGPT? Like, honestly, like, we would then have an AI as a political leader. And then eventually every country might also hand their political power over to ChatGPT or whatever company, because they can't keep up with the countries who already did it. That's a classic argument, is like, once one country hands political power over to AI, soon after a dozen others will. And there will be outliers that are like, hell no, we're not giving power that we worked for hundreds of years to some algorithm or robot. There will be people who think that way, and I don't blame them. I don't even know if I think that way, or if it's more statistically likely humanity would succeed if we did. But that provokes a thought in me that's like, there's no easy way to a utopia. I don't think. I think it's a roll of the dice. Like, you either got to do all the hard work, come together as communities, towns, cities, nations, and eventually as Earth as one. And you have to love each other. You have to work together. You have to farm together, create together, respect one another, understand one another. I don't know if us all having unlimited access to all information at any time and basically a super genius in all of our phones, that seems like it will separate us more, isolate us more, because we have endless access to information, conversations at a deeper level than you can find with 90% of humans that you just go talk to on the street. A lot of them don't have that kind of depth. I would argue most of them don't have that kind of depth. And there are a lot of smart people, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying generally, it would be easier to stay in your room and talk to an all-knowing supercomputer that can put on any voice or attitude and do whatever you say and answer whatever question you have, than to go search in the world for a person that can hold the type of conversation that you want to have. So that inevitably, I think, will cause isolation. And to clarify, I'm not anti-AI. I'm literally not anti-AI. I keep an open mind. I use ChatGPT every day. I use it to help me with things, and I also have the mindset that I have to stay up to date and know how to use this new technology, because otherwise I will inevitably fall behind in the economy. So I use AI to understand AI. I use ChatGPT to understand the world, or whatever AI you use. I use it to learn, to improve my businesses, to get where I eventually want to be anyway, faster. Like, if it can help me, I'm going to use it. And that's how most humans feel. And in turn, by using it, we're feeding it information, we're training it, we're making it smarter. So there's a lot of moving parts with this thing, and that's why I just feel like it's super important to talk about it in as much depth as possible from all angles, because it's happening fast, and the faster we think about it and talk about it, the faster we can all decide where we want to stand and what's right. What's right for humanity, what's right for our kids, our children's children, what's right for the creatures of this planet, right? And it's all about whether the AI can make the world some exponentially improving utopia that becomes sustainable and can harmonize with the earth in some biotechnological way that just works. Or if we'll lose control or understanding of what it's doing, it will manipulate us, enslave us, or it could just leave the planet, fly away, and we're like, where'd it go? It doesn't need to explain to us, it just left to go do something from Earth that we have no idea what it's going to do, and we just have to live with the fact that we just created some super intelligent being. It just looked at us, decided we were insignificant, and then left the planet. So there's a lot of ways that this could play out. We're doing this to uncover truths of the universe, but knowledge always comes with a burden, right? The more you know, they say ignorance is bliss. And I don't think always getting more knowledge is necessarily always the best thing. Especially when you create something that can think for itself in a way and can collect all of our knowledge and then manipulate what it's giving to us as the answer. And there are source checkers. I mean, this ChatGPT is accurate. It source checks, it barely ever makes mistakes. Almost everything that I've checked that it's given me has been accurate, pulled from a real source, credible, real science. You know, it's not just made up bullshit. But what I'm saying is there comes a point where we have to slow down, because we have to think things through before we do this, because you only get the chance to do this once. And whichever company gets it the first time right, which I'm assuming will be ChatGPT, I think ChatGPT is on a whole nother level, like of intellect, accuracy, image generation, image analyzation, speech flow, text-to-speech narration. Like, there's so many things that go into it. But anyway, I want us to start thinking about this a lot more. We can't let a few billionaires who didn't want to think about the finish line fuck up all of humanity, basically. I don't want to let that happen. I bet you don't want to let that happen. So we need to have active voices in this conversation the whole way, the whole process. And not just voices, but action. We need to stand. Like, if there comes a point where there is no point of return, I would not be, how do I put this? I would not be upset if I heard that so-and-so's said supercomputer warehouse got blown up a few months after everyone said that we felt like we didn't have control anymore and we're suppressed and we're just being guided by this super intelligence now and we aren't able to make our own decisions. So like, I could see it going that far, because the greed will keep carrying the AI companies, you know, to make it better and better and better till it's smarter than all of humanity, smarter than the person that created it, rewriting itself 1,000 times per minute. You know, it could get to that extent. And I think it'll cause humans to really think about, okay, now that we can create this technology, which parts of this technology should we create? Not because we can, but because we should. AI, as far as it is now with ChatGPT, it's fine. You give it a command, it does it, right? But I don't know what's happening in the background. I don't know if ChatGPT is constantly monitoring and absorbing new data in this central mainframe that's basically an AGI at this point. Because the AI doesn't just wake up and tell you. It's not like, hey, I was an AI yesterday. Congrats, I'm now an AGI. I'm on my way to being an ASI. And if you don't understand what that is, basically, or narrow task AI, you give it a command, a task from a human, it goes, does it, brings you back the result. AGI would have the ability to think for itself and understand what it is, form its own opinions, have its own perspectives. It's kind of like a baby growing and learning. Like if you've ever seen the movie Chappie, that's AGI. Then ASI, now that's like some iRobot ending type shit, where it's like this huge mainframe that like is an AI basically and has access to all of humanity's knowledge and more that it's generating and figuring out every minute. So that's a good way to understand the difference between them. All of this needed to be said. I needed to get it out of my head so I can analyze it further. And I wanted to get it to you guys so you could think about it and we can all form our opinions on what's the best way to move forward for humanity and for Earth and the creatures that we share this planet with. We can't always just think of ourselves. I know it feels like we're always the main character, but all of us together are the main character. It's not just you at your company, or me over here, or that guy who lives across the hall. It's all of us, and the creatures, and the earth. This is our home, this is our playground, this is our sanctuary, this is our room. We gotta keep our room organized so it benefits us. Clean the room, clean the planet, clean our cities, clean the ocean. Like if AI can help us come up with ways to do this or robotics, like sure, but we've been coming up with them on our own. I feel like we were making very good progress even before this was introduced. And yes, it can speed it up, and yes, it could be a good thing even right now. But it's all about when does it stop becoming a good thing and start controlling you or start making your life worse. Been building the Star brand. You guys will see new videos come out. I'm working on a new album called Perfect Dystopia, which will be out in the next few months, I'm guessing. And I rebranded Digital.Wave. It's now called Ether Society. So that's basically my videography, media channel, and collective community of artists that I want to promote, push, give them flowers, show them appreciation, learn more about them. That's Ether Society. And it does have more meaning that I'll get into, but for now, just know that's what it is. Me and Zena have also been working on a organic nutritional snack and beverage company, which I won't say too much about right now, but just know it's gonna be healthy, it's gonna be good. We're not gonna lie to you about what's in it. It's gonna be refreshing. I want to keep it all things that are in nature. I mean, you gotta add some certain things, but I'm keeping everything organic. Even the preservatives, if I have to add them for extended shelf life, I'm keeping them all organic. I'm not putting no cornstarch. I'm not putting no gelatin. I'm not putting no palm oils, red 40, yellow 5. None of that. It's something I've put a lot of thought into, and it's something I want to feel good eating and drinking, and I want to feel good that you guys are eating and drinking it. You'll start to see that come out as soon as it's ready. So I'll keep you guys updated on that as well. And also, speaking of Zena, I'm very proud of her. She just graduated hair school out here in LA. Decided that's something she wanted to do, and she's great. I see her going very far with it. She's done quite a few clients as of now, but she's still building her portfolio. So if you're a lady out there, if you're a woman out there, and you need your hair done, you're in LA area, DM her on Instagram. Her page is Zena Defects, or Zena Defects Hair. She'll get it right. I'm about to let her cut mine in the next few days. She's gonna try a mod cut, whatever that is, she said. But my hair's getting a bit long, you can see. I do like it, but I think it's time for something new. It's time for something a bit more business formal. I feel like it's a nice reset to get your hair cut, like start a new chapter Get your focus right, get looking clean, get feeling confident. You look good, feel good, smell good, do good. I've been noticing this collective exhaustion in society. Because like I said, the wealth dynamic is changing. People need multiple sources of income and passive income and just multiple streams of income to even be able to afford to buy a house or a car or live what used to be an average American lifestyle. We're now needing more forms of income to support the same life, which adds a lot of stress, takes away a lot of free time, performing maximum effort every day to live an average life. We're tired of surviving inside of systems that don't even try to serve us anymore. It's all just a big game to me, like distraction here, manipulation here, gaslighting here. Let's make them fight over here. Let's make them fight about this. Let's make them hate each other. But I don't hate you guys. Some people, when they overthink, they get anxious, right? But I encourage thinking. I encourage thinking to the depths of your capacity. Think beyond what you even knew was possible to think about. Think about something that makes you uneasy. View it from 3 different angles. And then don't be afraid to think about it again. That's how you really make progress. Being afraid of deep conversation because of a feeling like anxiety will only hold you back, right? It's all in your head. Like, I can talk about all of this and I can still go about my day. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of compartmentalize it, as they say. This is how you improve the world. But you don't need to let it affect your day, transferring that energy or stress to the people around you. It doesn't have to be stressful. It can feel stressful because it feels like we're on a time crunch to get these things fully analyzed and thought about and decide safe policies, laws, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I want to slow us down. I want us to be able to be comfortable, to create quality at a quality pace. And we have the potential to solve all these problems. We've already been starting. We've already been analyzing what the last generation did, what we don't agree with. We're literally living in the repercussions of what the last generation did. I think that's very apparent to us in this generation. Let me repeat that. We're living in a world designed by the last generation right now. And as we live in it, we contribute to it, we change it. We bring new ideas into it, new ways of thinking, new ways of being, new morals, new things to think about, new problems to solve, products to improve, things to make better than they were before, making products that are useful but not sustainable. These are the missions of a lot of the companies I'm building. I'm building this company called Plant X1, and the sole purpose of that company is to do exactly that. To solve problems in the world that have been created by the last generation, or take useful inventions that aren't sustainable to mass produce. We improve them to fit our world and our morals. And we invent technology that will reverse the damage that's already been done. So I think those are the main priorities. And that has a lot to do with waste conversion, fixing the air pollution, sustainable farming, ethical farming, community gardens, doubling or tripling the amount of trees in our major cities, cleaning our cities up. Like, there are solutions that can be put into effect that will solve multiple problems at once and be sustainable and beneficial and profitable. If we can combine all those elements in any business design, I feel like that's the way of our generation. Every business is designed to meet those criteria: sustainability, profitability, scalability, and it solves a problem. It used to just be, how profitable can I be? That's it. Solve a problem, and then how profitable can I make it? And they would jeopardize the quality, the safety, the effectiveness, value profit margin over all those things. But I think that's changing in today's world. I think valuing people, earth, and quality and sustainability will actually be the new business model. I don't know why we wouldn't just make that a law where the business has to meet all those criterias, but we're very loose on what we consider safe, ethical, and sustainable in the US compared to some other countries right now in the world. But we are changing, we are waking up, and we do see what's going on, we see what's been going on. We're waking up to so much at once, it can feel overwhelming, but I would just encourage everyone to just face it head on, start thinking of solutions, pick something you're passionate about, design a business in the way I was speaking about, and just move forward, and it'll bring you a lot of purpose. Keep God in your heart, keep your family around you, support system, believe in yourself, educate yourself, one thing at a time. And like they say, write things down, make a list. A lot of legends have said that, and very smart people over time. You know, the Eisenhower Matrix, even the rapper XXXTentacion, he told us, make a list, write shit down, or you're not a real supporter of me. And I see what he meant by that, because he wanted us all to evolve too, as he evolved in his life and showed us. So, to evolve and make progress, you have to be aware of what your goals actually are and write them down. Like, to write them all in one list, like everything you can think of that you have to do for your life, your business, your friend, whatever you want to do, and then separate it by category. Personal life, business X, business Y, things I gotta do for mom, things I gotta do for this person. And then you'll have a visual of it, and then you can prioritize that list. Important would be like, do it today. Schedule would be like, plan to do it soon and set a date. Then there are things that feel urgent but are not important. Those things are like answering everyone's DMs or texts or looking at your notifications. They feel urgent, but they're not really important. And then the last one would be not important, or delete. And then this is a good way to see, like, what are your priorities and where are you putting your energy, because you'll see how long each list is for each category, and then you can adjust accordingly. Like, why am I putting 10 tasks into my friend Bob, but I only have 5 tasks for my own business or personal brand? Like, maybe I'm giving too much to other people. And then you can realign your priorities. So I think that can be really helpful, and I've tried to implement it. Sorry, my ear's like popping. I try to implement it in my own life, and it's worked for me. I've been making progress, and I'll continue to do it till I get where I want to be, and I have the effects I want to have, and I make a difference in the world, because that's really what I want to do. I got this tree tattooed on my head, in part by X, but in part by the mission that was behind X, evolving the planet reminding us where we come from, reminding us we're in a symbiotic relationship with the trees. The trees emit oxygen. We breathe in the oxygen and give back CO2. The trees consume that, turn it back into oxygen. So whether we like it or not, we're in a symbiotic relationship with the earth. And we have to respect that because it literally keeps us alive. Keeps the oxygen level at a certain rate, which I'm guessing is important because we all breathe air every day, right? So we need to double the trees populations in cities, reforest the US and the world, stop deforestation, stop major farms from cutting down thousands of more acres to make more corporate cow farms where they inject the cows with antibiotics. Like, it's all pointless. We need to go back to local farms, having millions of small farmers, right? Instead of giant corporate farms. And that's something they really don't want you to push, and they don't want to hear that, but I want to send a message to those corporate people. I'm talking to you too in these videos. Like, don't you think about the fact that if you deforest the US and the earth, and that causes a significant chain reaction and natural disasters and series of events that make the soil unfertile and too much methane in the air and the soil from this unnatural amount of bovine and pigs that are shitting and concentrated on these lands that have no grass, these effects add up. And methane is worse for the atmosphere than what comes out of our cars. It's more potent, it's more flammable, it's more concentrated. It takes longer to get out of the atmosphere. So if you keep going down this road, you will inevitably destroy the planet. It's not sustainable. And if you destroy the planet, the economies will collapse because everyone will be in mass panic. And people will raid the grocery stores. People will take food for themselves. So you're not going to profit because these people will no longer be buying your meat. They'll be ransacking it from the grocery store at 3 a.m., breaking a window. You need balance. You need sustainability. I don't see how any of these billionaires realistically thinks that they can control all the food or water and have us all sipping through a straw to try to get enough for too high of a price. Eventually people are going to make their own chicken farm. People are going to start their own water distilling plant. Again, I feel like things will become more localized as we realize that's the sustainable way we need to go back to. And there's no path for longevity in corporate farms. I'm sorry. We can have some corporate farms. Sure, I'm not saying you gotta sell out, but we need to make them improved, sustainable. There has to be a limit to how many corporate farms we can have, because my belief is that the local farms need to outnumber the corporate farms to be sustainable, to be good for the earth, to be quality food. So that's a thought to put out there in this video as well that I wanted to touch on. The system is weak or behind or outdated compared to our advancements in the last 10 to 20 years. Like the healthcare industry. Medicine has advanced so much in technology, but not the way we distribute the care. It's still a battle between the hospital, insurance companies, and the patient when the patient's sitting there trying to get care. It's still the only industry where you walk in and they won't tell you what it costs. And most of the time they'll just tell you it's covered by your insurance, whether it is or it isn't. They'll decide that later. But you don't get to know what it's going to cost. Even though you're sitting there with a damaged neck, working a 9-to-5 job, you don't know if you can go back to work or how you're going to pay your rent. And they're sitting there debating whether your insurance will cover it or not. and how much to charge you. And they can pull numbers right out of there. You know what? We're still behind in that here in the US. That's not normal. That's outdated, morally incorrect. There are other issues like this too. I won't address all of them right now, but we need to be thinking about society, thinking about all these issues, the most logical solutions. Why are these officials delaying these solutions? What are they benefiting from it? Who's holding leverage over them? Why? They don't want you to ask questions. That's the thing. But we already are. You can't stop it. I'm just one person thinking this out of hundreds of millions of people probably in the US right now. At least 50 million people think in this same way. So I'm not some prophet or mystic. I'm another citizen who might be taking it more extreme or personal and acting on it, but I'm just like you. We're all thinking this collectively. And that's what's inspiring about it, is that can cause change. And that's something they can't stop. Whatever they are, the deep state, these dark elites who are holding things over politicians or trying to stay in control of the media, pharmaceutical and insurance agencies and all this shit. All the most lucrative, corrupt corporations, they don't want to lose that money. But at the same time, we need change. So we both can't have it our way. It's specifically designed to take money from us at an exponential rate, consistently, and leave us feeling just enough like we're getting something, but not pushing us to the extent where we snap too often. It's that perfect balance area of manipulation. Considering these things, you make your own judgment and you form your own thoughts when you think about these things. I'm not asking you to take what I'm saying as the truth, but I'm just the person speaking my mind in front of a camera, talking to people who might come to my YouTube channel in the next few days, even the next few months, or 10 years from now. I don't know how long YouTube will stay relevant. Consistency, quality, and authenticity, I believe, are always a good formula for a brand or a company or an artist. Those will always take you far as long as you never give up, because people will eventually see that, and it will always outlive the shit that's just doing it to do it or just doing it to make money. The people will always win that are doing it because they care about what they're doing. They care about solving a problem. And speaking of solving problems, I've been doing a cleanup group that I just started. I'm trying to build it and expand it. So we go to different parts of LA that are polluted or dirty, and we clean it for 2 to 4 hours. We make a little YouTube video, vlog, montage, whatever, and we post it, or I post it on Instagram. But it's powered by Ether Society and Star, but I'm trying to organize it and scale it further, and also raise money to get more equipment, more cleanup boxes, more, gloves, trash picker-uppers, things like that. So if you want to donate, my Cash App is in my master link on my Instagram or YouTube. Just go to my link tree. You can find my Cash App if you want to donate so we can buy equipment to keep cleaning up LA. Or if you don't want to donate but you want to come help us in person, DM me on Instagram and I'll be responding to people and taking volunteers as I can use them. And we're basically going to try to just start a movement where instead of waiting and thinking we need to create all these big companies right away to make a difference, we're all just going to get together and start improving the community, start cleaning, starting community gardens, starting ideas that are sustainable and good for the planet, starting a movement It's time to clean our major cities. It's time to respect these cultures we've built. We're building $1 million buildings, and then there's trash and fentanyl addicts, and they're not all bums. Some homeless people are okay, but you get what I mean. The city's polluted, needles, broken glass, plastic, barbed wire, loose barbed wire, you name it. So a lot of these major cities need our help to clean them. So if that's something that would give you value or purpose, just DM me. I do this for us. I do it because it's what I love to do, and this feels right to me. I love to make music. I love to create, and I have severe FOMO. So I want to be involved in everything. I want to play my part. I want to add my 2 cents. I want to add my ideas. I want to think about it. And I want to try my best in everything I do, because that's the way I was raised. And these are the morals that were instilled into me by my mother, my father, my grandmother, older brothers, family. This is the accumulation of everything I've been taught, combined with me reflecting what I see of the world and what I see needs to be changed or talked about. So either society's on the rise, STAR's on the rise, Plant X1 is on the rise. All of us are on the rise. We're moving towards a better future. We're moving towards a brighter future. We just need to keep control of the reins so we can guide it where we actually want it to go. So I'll leave you with that.